I was making coffee when my phone buzzed. A message, a video, from Mrs. Langford, our old neighbor. I hadn't heard from her in years. Just seeing her name made old memories rattle loose, ones I'd buried so deep I'd hoped they'd never claw back. The message was short, no greeting, no explanation. "I'm so sorry about your parents. I can't believe what I saw today." That was it. My stomach dropped. I tapped the video open, heart pounding, coffee forgotten, cooling beside me. A church. Familiar. St. Albans, the one they used to drag me to on Christmas Eve, where I once sang in a children's choir, where they made me believe family meant something. The camera zoomed in. Two figures stood at the pulpit. My parents. My mother in black lace and pearls, dabbing her eyes with a lace-trimmed tissue. My father stood rigid, reading from a trembling sheet of paper. Behind them, a casket, and beside the casket, a large photograph. My face, framed, smiling, surrounded by white lilies. I froze. My father's voice echoed through the recording. She was always a troubled girl, but we loved her. We did everything we could. My vision blurred. My ears rang. My own father was delivering my eulogy. Though she left us far too young, we pray her soul finally finds peace. I was alive. And deep in my bones, I knew. This wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. Flashback the day I died. It hadn't always been this way. There was a time I believed that family meant loyalty, shelter, unconditional love. That illusion shattered 3 years ago, the day I was erased. It started with the money, or more accurately, when it disappeared. $80,000, gone from our family's business account. I knew who took it. Elena, my younger sister, the golden child, the chosen one. She was addicted to her image, designer bags, expensive getaways, posting curated perfection to a hungry audience. She couldn't afford it, but appearances came first. When the books caught fire, our parents needed someone to blame, and I was convenient. I still remember what my mother hissed that night, her hands clutching a glass of red wine like it was a lifeline. Better one ruined daughter than two. My father didn't even look at me. "You've humiliated us. You're no." The next morning, I was gone. Cut off. No money, no contact, just silence. I tried reaching out. Texts, emails, letters. Blocked. I contacted old friends, family. No one responded. Doors that had always been open slammed shut, one by one. I became a ghost. Not dead, but invisible. Eventually, I gave up. I left the country. Took a job in a small cafe overseas. Changed my number. Stopped using social media. Stopped using my name. But deep down, I clung to something dangerous. Hope. That one day, someone would reach out, that it was all a misunderstanding, that I wasn't truly gone to them. That day never came. Instead, something worse did. Last year, I tried logging into my old email. It didn't work. When I contacted support, they told me the account had been deactivated due to a death report. In their system, I was legally dead. I checked public records. There it was. Maya Dekwa, date of death, July 16th. Cause, road accident. Status, deceased. Certificate ID, ARF 91327. They hadn't just disowned me, they buried me. Digitally, legally, completely. The clues they missed. I started digging. I called Aunt Rachel. She'd once snubbed me candy at family dinners. Surely she'd talk. She answered, "Hello? Aunt Rachel, it's me, it's Maya." Click. Blocked. I tried cousins. One replied with a thumbs up emoji. Another asked, "Is this a joke?" Only one believed me. Sam, my youngest cousin, the only one who ever looked up to me as a kid. "Maya, are you really alive?" "Yes." "What did they tell everyone?" His reply took a long time. "They said you died in a car crash abroad, that your body wasn't recovered. Cremation. Closed casket." A perfect lie. No one questioned it, no one checked. But I did. I pulled out everything. Passport stamps, lease agreements, immigration logs. I'd never been in a crash. never been hospitalized, never owned a car while living overseas. It was a cover-up. But why? What were they hiding that was worth killing me for? I found my answer where the lies lived loudest, Elena's Instagram. She was public again, and there it was, a wedding, white roses, champagne fountains, a diamond the size of Jupiter. Everyone was there. Aunt Rachel smiling, my cousins clinking glasses, even great Uncle Theo flew in from Norway. But not me. Not a single photo. Not a wish Maya could have been here. I looked closer. In one image, someone gave a toast. The groom stood smiling. Next to him, my father. Glass in hand. Microphone raised. To the one daughter who always made us proud. That was the moment. Not just forgotten, replaced. I dug deeper, and my stomach turned cold. My grandparents had left me a college trust fund. Transferred. To Elena. 6 months after my death. She didn't mourn me. She profited off me. She took my place, my money, my future. That night, I got a message. No name, no signature. They're holding a memorial for you this Sunday. St. Albans. No context. But it was real. And so was my plan. I walked into the law office the next morning with a folder thick with documents. The young attorney blinked at the first page. You're challenging your own death? I'm not dead, I said, sliding over the death certificate. But I plan to haunt them. We'll file a fraud complaint. Revoke the declaration of death. I don't have time, I cut in. There's a memorial this Sunday. He stared. Let's make it a funeral to remember. St. Albans had never looked so full. Black cars, dark suits, sob stories. I watched from across the street. Black coat, sunglasses, invisible. Until the moment I chose not to be. Inside, my parents stood beneath my photo. My mother, tears, calculated. My father, solemn, rehearsed. Elena clutched her pearls like they were her conscience. She was complicated, Elena said, her voice cracking. But she was mine. A lie wrapped in grief, tied with betrayal. Then the priest lifted his hands. Let us now stand for a moment of silence. Lights. And I pushed open the doors. The sound echoed, sharp, final, like a tomb splitting open. Light spilled down the aisle, and I stepped in. Each heel strike on the marble echoed like a drumbeat. Click, click, click. Whispers rippled. Gasps bloomed. Is that? She's alive? A child's voice. Mommy, isn't that her? I took off my sunglasses. My mother collapsed. Elena dropped her champagne. The glass splashed over her pristine shoes. My father stood frozen, like a ghost had walked in. And maybe I had, but I wasn't here to haunt. I was here to resurrect. I reached the pulpit. Beneath my own portrait, I heard I died, I said softly, but I'm here to correct the story. I pulled out the folder, held it high. Passport stamps, apartment leases, tax records, employment contracts. I've been alive. I've been surviving. The only thing I lost was you. Gasps, cameras, phones lifted. Someone whispered, she's got proof. I turned to my parents. You told the world I was dead. You forged documents, lied to friends, filed a fake death certificate. I turned to Elena. And when I was legally gone, you transferred everything to yourself. She tried to speak. I cut her off. Hope you enjoy the house you bought with my money. A low rumble of shame swelled in the room. And finally, I looked them all in the eyes. You didn't lose a daughter. You threw her away. And now you get to watch her come back. Cut to a law office. I signed the last document. The death certificate is torn in half. A legal resurrection. The investigation begins. Fraud, embezzlement, false reporting. Let them lie now. Let them weep. Let them face the living proof. Sometimes you have to die in their world to be reborn in your own. And I wasn't coming back for forgiveness. I was coming back for freedom.